Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Scenes Memories of a Starry Sky. My name is MS-Punker1, and sorry for my throat. In last video we helped out a bit at our part-time job, and we almost ran into a mysterious girl who just stood there looking at us. And after work, we kept feeling like someone was following and watching us. But was it just in our head, or was something actually going on? But what will happen now after the same girl had apparently come to our store or our house? And just screamed that we killed our own brother 1 year ago. What was that about? It was quiet, almost as if all life on this plane crashed, ceased to exist. All life on this plane ceased to exist. Or like it wasn't of this world at all. Yeah, right. That wasn't possible. Oh, but back then, this place had acted as an entrance to another world. I was left behind, and there was nobody else left. He had passed on. Brother. Some girl named Susa came by today. In my mind, I recognized those eyes teeming with animosity. This young woman, who still seemed too young and innocent, was tainted by a dark pitch black floating. As for why? She said it was my fault that you died. It was true. I was responsible for my brother's death. Eh? I had let him die. I may as well have killed him. Who in the world was she, and what sort of relationship did she have with Takaya? Who was that girl, brother? I had no clue who she was, and dwelling on it wasn't going to help anything. Takaya was gone. There was no telling what he had going on in his personal life. All I knew was that young girl idolized Takaya. I was the villain who had killed her hero. Hey brother, what should I do? How should I deal with her? The questions just kept piling up, seeming to enshroud me on all sides. If I piled them all together until they reached the heavens, then perhaps they could reach Takaya on the other side. I don't think it was our fault. I don't think it was our fault that they were in a car accident.
腹減ってんじゃないか。
When I looked at my side, Takaya was smiling from behind the steering wheel.
なんでそう思うんだよ。
Why do you think that?
せっかくドライブに誘ってやったのに、延々仏頂面してるから。
It was a dream I often had around this time of year.
あのね、誰のせいだと思ってんの？帰るなり車に押し込まれて、理由も目的地も教えてもらえない。仏頂面にもなるでしょ。
Apparently, our character has a voice now too. It was a part of a conversation I had with my brother right before the accident.
食っていいぞ、それ。
Takaya pointed to the dashboard with his chin, gesturing to his bag. I took a look inside to find a single wrapped up hamburger. And all I could do was glare at him.
だから不機嫌なのは飯じゃなくて。食わないのか？食うけど。
It was true I had been hungry. I opened the wrapper and bit into it. Into the wrapper of a burger. Takaya smiled when he looked over at me from the driver's seat.
飯は大事だぞ。何をするにしても、まずは腹いっぱい食ってからだ。兄貴こそ、これ夕食なんじゃないの？後でがっつり食うからいい。
Takaya was 7 years my senior, always moving ahead of me, protecting me and guiding me. After our mom passed away from illness, he had acted as a stand-in mother for Misora and I. He had fought more times than I could count, but I did believe he was someone I could never compete with. I considered Takaya more of a dependable adult than our dad. As I munched away on the hamburger, Takaya spoke to me.
簡単な仕事があってな。その依頼人に、お前にも合わせてみたいと思って。
The dream was going to end soon enough.
彼女いたんだ。違う。知ってる。いたら気づく。
In the end, I wasn't sure where Takaya was headed or who he wanted me to meet.
今日の相手は違うって意味だ。え、じゃあいるの？彼女。お前にできたら教えてやる。
Never did find out whether Takaya was dating anyone.
はいはい。で、誰なの？どんな仕事？
The reason being the accident happened immediately after this.
ああ。
I received a major shock to the head, so I had hardly any recollection of the accident itself.
簡単な仕事なんだ。
which was why the dream always ended here. Huh? The dream was still going. This is normally where I would wake up.
あそこ
It was Suigendo.
見てくる
Takaya was there.
お前はここにいろ
What are you talking about?
何言ってんの俺も行くよ待てよ高谷
Takaya turned the moment my hand grazed his shoulder. However, the young woman who came to Sugendo yesterday had taken his place.
君は
お前のせいで高谷は死んだんだ。お前だ。
As soon as she came into view, an intense pain rushed through the pit of my stomach. I kneeled over from the exhaustion, excruciating pain, and flopped over face down. The car was up in flames, and someone was collapsed beside it. It was Takaya.
兄貴何してんだよおい寝てんじゃねえよ逃げろ
I tried to stand up, but the dull pain hit my stomach once more. Again and again and again.
バカいや
I had to save Takaya. Who are you? Hey, that hurts.
やっと来た。
Yeah, that's you. It's her. When I woke up, Misora was in her uniform and had just landed an axe kick on my stomach.
いつまで寝てんの順に。朝ごはんできてるよ。
I checked the clock and saw it was 5 minutes past our usual breakfast time. Strange. Had my alarm not gone off? Either way, it seemed I was the one who needed to apologize, although it didn't quite sit right with me. Sorry.
順にが寝坊なんて珍しいね。
Must have been fun for Misora to get the upper hand on me when I was normally the one who always wake her up. She was squeezing and tickling my belly with her foot.
ほれほれ、早く起きないとこうしちゃうぞ。
Idiot. Cut it out. Get your foot off me. Also, don't spread your legs in front of other people. The skirt is too short for it.
はーい。
I finally crawled out from my futon and got up. My stomach was turning. Darn you, Misora. If you're going to wake me up, do it like no normal person.
でもどうしたの？昨日私より先に寝てたじゃん。
You stay up too late into the night. A healthy college-aged guy like me needs an infinite amount of sleep.
そんなのもったいないよ。若者はもっと遊ばなきゃ。
You're the young one here. Wait, did you peep into my room again without permission?
いいじゃん。見られて困ることしてたら見なかったことにするからさ。
Idiot. Here, I'm going to get changed. I'll be down in a minute.
はーい。忘れてた。
What is it?
おはよう、順に。
Sure. Good morning.
早くしてね。
I'll be down soon. Ew. The truth was I knew Misora had quietly come to check on me sometime last night because she was worried. Although I had turned off my lights and gotten into bed last night, I hadn't actually been able to get to sleep until dawn. That young girl from Sugendo wound up weighing heavily on my mind. When I come into the kitchen, it was just my old man sitting at the table. He had a newspaper out and hadn't touched his breakfast yet. Morning.
Oh.
I looked around for Misora as I took a seat and found her kneeling in front of the altar in the neighboring room. She put her hands together with a bowl of freshly made rice in front of her and smiled at the altar.
おはよう、タカに、お母さん。よしと。味噌汁温め直したの。すぐ予想ね。
Yeah, sure. It was a typical Japanese breakfast. White rice and rolled omelets, grilled fish and grated daikon, and tofu miso soup.
順に、ご飯いつもくらいでいい？
Yeah. Misora's mannerisms reminded me of a housewife, especially when she grabbed the rice spatula with her beautifully manicured hands and served rice into a bowl. Talk about disparity. I couldn't help but let my mind wander all over again. If I were to put it elegantly, Misora had all the trappings and otherwise of someone enjoying being a high school girl to the fullest. Although she was one of those so-called trendy types. However, the way she looked at and spoke were the only oddities about her. On the inside, she was domestic as domestic as they come. She wasn't the type of person who got scolded at for causing trouble or others or acting out of youthful recklessness.
みそら、俺は大盛りで頼むわ。午前から忙しいんでな。
That was likely why Dad never said anything either. Well, not that Dad had ever been the type to criticize every little thing his kids did anyway.
いただきます。
Once everything was ready at the dining table, we gave thanks for a meal as a family. It had been like this for as long as I could remember. Lunch was obviously difficult, but we ate breakfast and dinner together as often as possible. That was probably rare in most modern households these days. This was probably influenced by our family running a general store. The dining table had become a place for us to have everything from casual conversations to like what had happened today, to what jobs we were required of us in the neighborhood. At least that was what our old man, Sugaro's president, liked to say. I obviously wasn't quite at that level yet. Takaya had apparently been quite perceptive of others' feelings, though maybe I shouldn't have been surprised. But this morning's topic was...
変な客が来たって?
My old man broke the ice as he dug into his salted salmon. He hadn't made it home until late due to a job that ran long, so we hadn't told him the details of what happened yesterday. Basically, don't what me? I told you we didn't need to tell Dad yet.
そうだったっけ?
I gave him sort of heads up in case that some girl came by again while she was tending to the store. Jeez.
けど隠す必要なくない？むしろこういうの社長に言うのが大事じゃん。ほら、ほうれん草だよ、ほうれん草。
She had to bring up a sound argument now.
だな、みそらの言う通りだ。で、どんな客だったんだ?
Not so much a guest as a little girl. Despite my reluctance, I told him what had happened. I better keep that part to myself. It seemed like she knew Takaya.
へえ。でも聞いた感じ、私と同い年か、もうちょっと下かな。
知ってる子だったりしないのか？お前、誰とでも友達になるだろ？
知らない。うちの学校の子でもないんじゃないかな。
Isora was similar to our old man and Takaya, or basically not like me, and was good at getting along with people. It would be strange if she were acquainted with everyone at school.
お客さんの娘さんとかかな。
Dan was well connected to work, but he seemed just as confused as I was.
タカニーとじゃ結構年が離れてるけど、どういう知り合いなんだろうね。
さあな。
Dan kept his head tilted with a... Sorry about that, didn't have time to mute myself. Dan kept his head tilted with wondering, wonder as he spoke. Something wrong?
そういうわけじゃないが、ちょっと思い出してな。去年の年明けくらいかな。何か探してたんだよな、高谷。
Looking, you mean for work?
いや、あいつが勝手にやってたこと。仕事が終わった後、車に乗らずに一人で帰ることが何度かあってな。理由を聞いたら、人に頼まれて探し物をしてるって。なんでだろうな。その子の話を聞いて急に思い出した。
Takaya searching for something? Since Dad didn't know the circumstances either, it had to be something he took on privately and not work related. Takaya always helped out of those in trouble, so it was possible.
おはようございます。
Oh, his voice.
はいのだ。入ってきていいよ。
Moments later, the owner of the voice suddenly poked their face in.
ソラ、おはよう。おはよ
いらっしゃい。すまないね。いつも美空の準備が遅くて。
う。いえ、私ここに来るの好きですから。父さんと純兄のお世話に時間がかかるだけです。
Misora held her hands together apologetically towards Aino as she protested to Dad.
ごめん、まつげ直すからちょっとだけ待ってて。まだ時間あるから大丈夫だよ。じゃあ純兄のお世話よろしくね。そら
Why did she need to watch over me exactly?
もうそうだったらよし。おはようございます、純也さん。
Yeah, morning, Aino. Aino had come to pick up Misora again today. Impressive. She worthy of calling herself Misora's best friend.
純也さん、お加減良くないんですか？目の下、クマができてるみたい。
ん？お、本当だな。寝不足か？
Yeah, I was up late reading a book. That was actually the night before last.
寝不足ですか？私もたまにやっちゃいます。動画見たりしてつい。本って純也さんはどんな本を読むんですか？
Do you like me? Is that fine? Aino asked with a strange, serious look in her eyes. Eh? What kind? I'm not picky when it comes to genre, but I read any books by my favorite authors. I haven't missed a release yet.
好きな作家さんですか？よければ何かおすすめを貸してもらえたりなんて。
Yeah, you bet.
ありがとうございます。
You sounded so happy about it. Was Aino a book lover? Still though, I'm impressed you noticed. Was Aino the thoughtful type? She always seemed to be watching over and being overly considerate of others. Compared to Misora, who could be a little careless, they made a great pair and complemented each other.
いやー、ミソラとは違うな。気立てもいいし、本当によくできた娘さんだ。
いえ、そんな。
I suspect there was some favoritism at place, as I watched over since she was in middle school. But I agreed all the same. She had referred to me as big brother until a short while ago, and took to calling me Junya instead. Truth be told, it made me feel a little lonely. Really grown up, huh? I know. That just showed she wasn't at that age anymore. I was nearly moved to tears.
順にあいのに変なこと言うと通報するからね。
Why report me? But no, maybe that did have a weird implication to it. Sorry, but it's not how I meant it.
いいんです。私は嬉しかったというか。お待たせ。
Although Misora returned after getting dressed, I didn't have the slightest clue what she changed.
あいの、ちゃんと順兄のお世話してた？だからもう変なこと言わないで。早く行く。お邪魔しました。行ってきます。
おう、 二人とも気をつけてな。
順にさっきの言葉覚えてっかね。
They sort of fished her finger at me and left that parting remark. Just going to hold this over my head for a while.
自業自得だな。可愛い妹をいじめるからだぞ。
I haven't bullied anyone. It was just a little joke.
ごちそうさん。俺は仕事があるからな。片付け頼むぞ。
Yep. The old man finished breakfast before me and stood up. Essentially, whoever had more time to spare between him and I was in charge of clearing up after a meal. Alright, now wasn't the time to slack off. Better hurry up and get rest and head to the university. But when is the time to slack off? In university? Once my lecture was over, I stretched out on a bench on campus. It was one of my regular spots. It was a quiet, insignificant spot on campus, and the lack of foot traffic made it all the more relaxing. Don't I work today, right? I made it my routine to go over my schedule for the day whenever I had free time. It was generally during my morning or afternoon break. Just to be sure, I checked my schedule on my phone. I was still being treated like a part-timer and would only come in when they needed extra help, like what happened yesterday. I wasn't scheduled for work today, which meant I was free until later this evening. This time of my life was precious, and I never get my 20s back again. So I need to make good use of it. I might as well go look for her. I was worried about what Shinya had brought up yesterday. There had been multiple times in the past when she had brought up things she had wanted to do or on a whim. Everything always got hazy midway though, and I was sure this time would end up the same. Or so I assumed, but it might play out differently since the former estate was involved. Shinya, she hadn't got home yet, right?
Jun-ya.
Apparently not. Just as I was about to stand up, Shihaya and Hinata showed up. They knew about my regular hangout spots and would occasionally meet up here. Well, there were lots of cases where they would message me on phone and ask to meet up too. I sat down and Shihaya joined me on the bench. Hinata meanwhile remained standing. This bench wasn't especially large, but it wouldn't be impossible for all three of us to see it at once if we squeezed a little more closely together. But Hinata wouldn't even try to sit, even if we made space for her. She had demonstrated as much right after she had enrolled in the university. The two of them were generally quite close, and relatively speaking, Hinata's speech and mannerisms toward Chihaya weren't so reserved, but it was in these moments that Hinata took pride as her attendant. It may have been an exaggeration to put it that way, but it showed just how much she respected Chihaya. Despite being seated next to each other, it sounded like Chihaya was having more trouble breaking the ice than usual. Now it made sense. That was what she had come here to ask. Of course she would be curious, especially considering that the girl had shouted right in front of us. Not a thing. Neither Miss Ora nor Dad had a clue either. I see. That's what we were really here for. Those were old friends for you. We were close enough that they could tell what I was thinking about when that girl showed up at Suigendo yesterday. I'm fine, thank you. More importantly, I should ask you two to be sure. Do either of you know anything about that girl? Chihaya nodded to my somewhat forced change of subject. I figured.
一体どういうつもりなのでしょう。非常識にも程があります。
Oh, Hinata's voice was crazy scary. She sounded exceptionally cranky.
あの子はすごく思い詰めた感じだったし、放っておくのは良くないんじゃない？
That's great in theory, but we have no idea who she is or where she came from.
あの様子ではまた水源洞に押しかけてくるのではないですか？
Yeah, most likely. We should expect it.
あの子、純也さんに思うところがあるようですからね。言葉でも十分に非常識ですが、行動に移されては困ります。千早様にも危害が及ばないとは限りません。
Now it made sense why she looked so upset. Hinata was wary of that girl.
そこまでするとは思わないけど、あのままじゃなんだか心配だわ。
I was worried too. After all, that girl was...
でも確かに何も
わからない相手なんだから手の打ちようもないか。
Yeah. The next time she comes to Surigano, we should at least get a name out of her.
千早様、そろそろ本題を。
そうだった。
There wasn't much else that we could say about that girl. At Hinata's prompting, Chihaya clapped her hands together to change her mood and
昨日の話の続きしてもいい？
we weren't in a talkative mood after that girl had left, so Chihaya and Hinata had left. Sure, I don't have work today either.
よかった。
Chihaya was delighted and grabbed my right wrist.
なら行きましょう。
Eh? To where?
もちろんおじいさまの家よ。車は用意してあるから。
Chihaya kept a firm grip around my wrist as she rose to her feet and walked off, but not without Hinata trailing close behind. I really wasn't going to run away even if she didn't deliberately grab me by my hand.
戻っていいわ。歩いて帰るから。
Okay, but I think this is a good place to end this video at, so hope you liked it, and if you did so, leave a like to it as usual, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!